The moment I have that, I need to know who's standing beside him on the ship. Well, it's this lovely lady here, Catherine. That's right. And for me, Star Trek was driven, classic Star Trek was driven by Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, right? I didn't care what the story was. I was 10 when it came out. I watched the first episodes on television. Black and white, of course.
So did I, black and white, no kidding.
Brother! But I just wanted to watch Marky. And then the story was kind of next to that. So now I want to watch those hubs on the ship that are going to now give the same dynamic. So Catherine's one of those, and Mark, what did you tell me about her? You told me that she was someone who had been, are we allowed to say all this stuff? Are we allowed to say about her character?
Yeah, we can say a few things. Catherine plays a character named Odart Lynn, and she suffered a traumatic incident where she wears an exoskeleton and has a computer uplink that, because she had suffered brain damage and physical damage, if the exoskeleton is removed, she'll die within a matter of hours. And so, but it's not your standard clunky robot thing at all. And so it's very elegant, and she's the first officer on the Starship Paladin.
Right.
So, yeah.
So you've got a damaged but powerful person there who is on a secret quest that I guess we're not going to tell you about. She is, though. And I suspect she'd sabotage everything if she could fulfill it, but it's never going to happen, maybe. So at any rate, you've got this person who's got a lot of stuff tightly hidden up inside her. So I wanted a costume that actually kind of, I don't believe in costumes, but I don't design costumes, I design characters. So I wanted to actually take a quick look at all of you, right? I was saying this to Catherine when we were discussing her character. Why aren't you all wearing the same clothes? It's about the same temperature for everybody in here, right? Same part of the world? Nobody's the same. Hey, there's one of mine. Right, so everybody's dressed different. Why? It's because of you. You've stamped your personality on what you're wearing. So you should be able to tell from one look at her what's going on inside. And Catherine has this long, gorgeous hair, red hair that I just love. And that's not uptight at all. It's flowing and beautiful. So the first thing I wanted to do was pull your hair back. But I remembered Sarah Bernhardt, because I was a big... What's that second? Yeah. I did not know this. Did you all hear that? No. Sarah Bernhardt was her hero. She has her motto tattooed on her wrist. Oh my God, goosebumps. So Sarah Bernhardt had a very special look in the sculpture sculpted by Jerome K. Jerome. I've always loved it. Always meant to use it on Star Wars. Never got a chance to. But I love that very high collar, and I love that the hair was pulled back very tightly. So I've got her with tight hair and a tight collar around her neck. But the thing is that she's so busy that the hair, it's just, there's an inner life there trying to get free. And look, 2 strands are woven free from the front. And you put that on Catherine, and suddenly I'm starting to find her character. Mark has not seen these yet, neither has Catherine. But I started to work on the exoskeleton that is happening, and there's 2 designs. There's this one, and there's this one. All right? Yeah. Now, the point of these 2 is, if she takes the skeleton off, she will die. Not immediately, but within a very short space of time. So she's married to this thing. And I think if that technology was available, we were talking about that a little earlier too, you've got to echo that other places, right? It can't just spring out of nowhere to save her character. It has to be there in the world. So Mark is about to see all the exoskeletons I've designed for everybody else. Because they were just used as common old garden industrial power enhancers. We have those, we have them. They're little motors that you put on the joints, and it gives you extra energy. And you can now lift up tractors with one arm. We have these things, military use, right? So if you look at her joints there, you'll see the power enhancers. The thing is, she's not clunky. Because after all these years of using these things for farming and war and all the rest, some genius inventor designer went, but I'm an artist, and I will make the beautiful one. So look at the arm there, which is the more industrial version, and look at the arm here, which is the slightly more artistic version. Both of them are streamlined, slim. They know what they're doing. It's like a beautiful car design, not like a thing that was kit bashed together. Now, whether the director goes for that or not, I don't know.
They're really cool. They're cool.
What do you think, Mark?
They're really cool. They're really cool.
The second one was actually based on one of Mark's suggestions that perhaps it was like a circuit board weaving its way across the front of her costume. Yeah, that connects up with your neurons and everything and actually powers the arm and everything too. So I'm more inclined to go for this one here. And just for what it's worth, when we were sitting and talking about her costume for the first time, the producer, Dave, brought out some big boots. You said you needed those big boots to ground you. And I tried so hard. Look how
We
much
should enunciate that it's boots.
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 Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Look how hard I tried to draw your boots. And I couldn't do it. It just didn't work, yeah. So there was something delicate and there was something artistic about you that needed to go there too. The boots destroyed the beauty of the rest of it. So anyway, we can talk about that later too. Oh, great, awesome. All right, now that I've got the core there, I can start to branch out. I can look at the dad. This would be the dad of our main character. He's a bit of a rascal, kind of a Jeff Bridges-y kind of guy. We can look at the bad guy's dad, who's nuts. He's what's his name from Apocalypse Now? No, not literally, but yeah, Kurtz. He's taken the Kool-Aid himself a little too much. And with any luck, can we say who might play this?
Well, we've been talking about Ray Park. So
We are hoping
yeah,
to.
he played Darth Maul, and Ian, of course, designed Darth Maul. So
Trying to entice him into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be very fun.
Yeah, I mean, who better to play the biggest badass of the universe? He won this time. So, now to the other major components. So now that we're starting to weave the heroes on the ship, Mark has introduced a catalyst, a character that comes from outside and actually comes from the enemy's camp. And that is Christine Moses. She comes in as a, well, how much am I allowed to say, Mark?
Let's just say she plays Arnold Schimmelman's daughter. She's a part of the royal family. Let's say that.
She's the bad guy's daughter! How cool is that? Sorry, Mark.
Yep. Cool.
And I got a chance to design her as a kind of a princess before. It was in a Star Trek fan film that Mark directed. One of my favorite Star Trek episodes, actually. And in that film, Sulu gets whisked away to another world and has to live there for how long?
30 years. 30
And during
years.
that time, I mean, it's a John Carter Mars style time. There's no way he's going to survive, and he does. But the crazy thing is, he has to raise a daughter there too.
Great. And Michael co-wrote that episode with me.
Oh,
and
of course. Mike.
He went Nebula, and we will have to move along a little bit.
Oh,
here.
sorry.
We wanna, get
So there she is. There she is in that show.
Great.
And Mark told me that it was kind of like this character had come back. So here she is, peeking out of a hood. And I'm not designing her costume yet because Christine and I need to sit down and have a good talk about it.
Cool.
And then, just to cap, the reason the science fiction is so fun is you get to do lots and lots of fun aliens. We're busy making this into a little CG piece right now. We'll show you that at another time. Here are folks.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you. So, it's great.